Good morning, everyone. It's Diva Carla, Cosmic Crone. And I've been doing some crone work over the last few days. And in fact, I'm doing even more this weekend. This weekend marks the last weekend of my 2-year Priestess Path cycle, where I went into a container of growth, of going back to the beginning, of being held as my life completely changed out from under me, selling my land where I'd lived for 25 years and changing from diva to crone. That's the process I'm in, and I'm on the verge of a threshold. So I say that as background because I'm really feeling these shifts right now. And what has happened coincidentally, this has happened during the time of apple grafting. I live on a farm in Maine, and it's not an old orchard as so many farms are. It's not an old farm with lots of old apple trees, but there are a few. There are 3 big apple trees down at the edge of the field, and then there are a number of wild apples in the garden and in the yard and at the edge of the woods. And what I did was I went to a grafting workshop this weekend and learned how to graft new varieties onto the wild apples. Wild apples usually are not something that people like to eat. And it has to do with apple genetics, and I don't really have time to go into what I'm learning about that. It doesn't really matter. But when I woke up this morning, I was having a dream, and I realized it was the metaphor of the graft. The dream was that I had cut the old apple trees off at the ground, grafted new scion wood, that's what you call it, of the varieties that I wanted to grow instead. And they were all starting to leaf out, like within a couple of days. And I realized that's where I'm at. That's what I'm ready for. And here's the thing, it's what you're ready for too. Because anytime you're wanting to create something new in your life, something old has to die. That's just the way it is. It's the law of nature. It's the law of the universe. It's the law of life. And it's the crone's work to help you kill what's ready to die. So life is doing it for me. I'm completing Priestess Path, and I learned how to kill apple trees so I can grow new ones. We graft because of the apple genetics, back to that again. If you want a variety of apple, you don't plant a seed. You graft a piece of wood, of the buds of the variety that you want onto rootstock or onto a different tree. So I'm grafting some cooking apples, some eating apples, just different varieties, and I'm new at this. I don't even know if it's going to work. It's fascinating, and it will be years before I get apples, because this is a future game. But what has to happen is you cut a branch, and it can be a luscious, beautiful branch with lots of buds and leaves, or you might even cut the entire top off a tree. You just leave a few branches to feed the tree during this next season while it's changing. That's an important metaphor too. We'll go into that another day. So I'm cutting tops off of apple trees, or cutting entire branches off of apple trees, and then inserting new wood to hopefully take and grow new branches that will bear new fruit. Wow. And that's happening. It's happening all over. I'm not going to kill Priestess Path, but I'm completing. So there will be a shift and a leave taking that might feel like a little death, a goodbye. There's also something else that's ending. I am about to launch a new website. There are just a couple of things that aren't quite working the way they're supposed to, which means my old website is going to die. All links and all URLs or domain names will be already are diverted to the new website. And Diva Carla, this weekend, Diva Carla is going into Last Priestess Path, and I'm using that as a symbol of the diva is dying because the cosmic crone is ready to live full 100% embodied, channeling through this being, this grandmother being. And I realized the two do not exist in the same body. Diva Carla actually composts. She's still in me, but she's grown up and she's mature, and she is making fruit that I desire, fruit that is time to come forth. So what this means for you, first of all, it's a metaphor. Look at your own life. Is this happening for you? And is it challenging you? If it is, I can help. This is the work that I'm doing with women. So just send me a message and let me know that you'd like to know more about how I can help you go through your own killing, dying, and living again phase. And the other thing that it means for you is that I'm going to be sharing with you some of the old programs on the old website. It will be your last chance to get things. If there's something that you liked that I used to offer, this will be a last chance to get it. So watch, I'll be doing the post for that over the next couple of days. And if you're on my email list, you'll get emails about it. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Hi, Corinne, it's good to see you. I'm finishing up here because I have an appointment at 10 o'clock and I've actually got the timer set. So the main thing for the moment is to take this to heart. If there is something you're clinging to because you love it, or it was so good for so long, or you don't know what to replace it with, or something. But the thing that's calling you, or the thing that is sort of chasing you, some things call you forward, some things chase you from behind. It kind of depends on how you work resistance, how fear shows up for you, because it can be scary. It is scary. So that thing that's calling you, it needs you to let go of the thing you're clinging to. It's time for something to die, because there is new, luscious fruit that is very much worth feeding, cultivating, waiting for, and doing whatever it takes. That's my message to you this morning from the dream world, from the cosmic crone, and I'll see you again later on. Bye-bye.